Back in the year 1995, a movie was filmed here at SeaWorld with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Hi everybody and welcome to the World of Micah. Today we're going to be here at SeaWorld Orlando. We're going to be tracking down the filming locations for the 1995 children's movie Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, The Case of the SeaWorld Adventure. A very, very weird and wild episode of the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen detective series they had back in the 90s. This movie came out in 1995. Let me tell you something. This movie, when you think about the plot, it's just a little weird. Let me tell you guys exactly what the plot was for this film. This was written on the back of the VHS. You can't make this up. The girls' parents work at SeaWorld as overworked dolphin trainers. One day, the girls run into a dead body. That's right, dead body. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. What in the world are you thinking? In the woods. So first off, they're running around in the woods here at SeaWorld, finding dead bodies. It eventually leads them and their parents to getting on a cruise ship while trying to solve the rigged mystery. It was rigged. It wasn't even a real dead body. But they had Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen running around SeaWorld thinking they found a dead body. The boss of the girls' parents had planted the evidence to get them on the cruise so they could take a much-needed vacation. I'm sorry, but what? Couldn't you have just walked up to them and said, hey, listen, you're overworked. You guys have been doing a wonderful job here at SeaWorld. We want to thank you so much and send you on the cruise of a lifetime. No, she came here, she planted a fake dead body in the woods, and Mary-Kate and Ashley running around here losing their mind. Where are you, Uncle Jesse? I mean, good night. This is a children's story. But we're gonna find the filming locations. You guys are gonna get the tag along. It's gonna be awesome. If you're new here, click that subscribe button. It'll keep you updated on my latest video. And if you would like to support my channel, down below is a link. It'll take you to my Patreon page. Now let's go find these filming locations. Now, let's take a closer look. So our first stop in the park is gonna be here at the Dolphin Days Theater. Right over here was where Mom and Dad, Mary-Kate and Ashley's mom and dad in the film, were working. A lot of scenes were shot right over there. This is where they were working on the computer and they were talking to the two dolphins, Cindy and Sandy. And let me tell you something about Cindy and Sandy. If you've ever seen the movie Jaws 3D, those were the names of the two dolphins in Jaws 3D. I've looked online to see if that was just a character name. From what I could find, it's only made up for Jaws 3D. And Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, The Case of the SeaWorld Adventure, decided to use the same name for the two dolphins. Kind of blew my mind. Maybe someone in the production company were a fan of Jaws 3D. If you guys haven't seen my filming locations for that, up here will be a link to that. Check it out. But it kind of blew my mind. If that's a coincidence, if they were the name of some characters here in SeaWorld, kind of amazing, but it definitely blew my mind. But this is where Mom and Dad worked. Lots of scenes were shot right over there. You can see behind Mom and Dad exactly where we were standing. You can see people in the distance walking by, so the camera would have been looking back towards this area here. This is also the same stadium where Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were dressed up as the Penguins for another musical moment in the film. But seriously though, I feel like I cracked my own case with the Cindy and Sandy thing. Pretty sure they were just fans of Jaws 3 and they decided to use those two dolphins for the Mary-Kate and Ashley episode. Let me know if you know anything different. So now we are heading to where Mary-Kate and Ashley had their detective booth set up. Solve any crime before dinner time, it says on it. The girls pretty much could do whatever they wanted here at SeaWorld, apparently. I mean, even SeaWorld's manager comes up and talks to them. No big deal. They can set up a booth, do pretty much anything they want. Now, this area and this location has changed a great deal with the addition to Sesame Street Land and everything, but you still can match up a few spots from where their booth was. This is also where they meet up with the mimes, Bobo and Flippy. So before Sesame Street Land was here, there used to be a kids section over here, and this is like the only attraction from that era. Right over here was kind of a playground that you would walk through, an attraction for kids that was kind of like a jungle gym. Right over there in that section, that's where Mary-Kate and Ashley had their detective stand set up, and the sign said, solve any crime before dinner time. It was from around here where that play area you can see right behind their detective booth was built for the film. And then right over here is Shamu Stadium. Some scenes were shot with the mimes Bobo and Flippy. You can see in the photograph one of the mimes right behind the tail of Shamu, the little statue they had of Shamu. That was over in this area. And also the photograph you're seeing right now with both of them as they were walking over to talk to Mary-Kate and Ashley. Well, mime to Mary-Kate and Ashley. But this is the area where all those scenes were taken. Now this area has been completely redone. Even the groundwork, nothing matches up. Nothing is still here. But around where I am standing right now is where Mary-Kate and Ashley's booth would have been set up. Pretty awesome. And if you go back and watch the movie, you can see the buildings that are in the distance there in the shots as well in certain scenes, especially with Bobo and Flippy the mime. And I'm on a quest right now to try and find that Shamu statue they had in the filming to see if it's still here, because why not? That would be the same one from the film. So we'll see if we can find it. The stadium is closed right now, but you can walk up here. Wanted to see if they just moved it to another location. I swear I've seen it before. I don't know, it doesn't look too good right now, you guys. I'm hoping they didn't get rid of it, because that would be really cool for this episode. Well, darn you guys, it looks like the Shamu statue no longer exists here at SeaWorld. Kind of crazy. Well, we're gonna be heading to the next location now, the Sky Tower. Not a whole lot has changed in this area. You can see the Sky Tower in the photograph, and then this is what it looks like current day. Still not operating right now with everything going on, but the Sky Tower is still here at SeaWorld. Mary-Kate and Ashley were up in the Sky Tower looking down, trying to find the dead body. And where we are walking right now is from the shot where they were looking down in the binoculars, trying to see if they could find the lady and the body that she had. They did find it. They did see the golf cart. The golf cart was driving right where we were walking, as you can see in the photograph. Wild, right? Golf cart right here. I mean, it is wide enough. But they would have been looking right down at us where we were standing right here from that Sky Tower. And the golf cart would have been right over here. So they got off the Sky Tower and they came walking right over here, and the girls were walking right down here, and somewhere around in this area is where their bikes were parked and chained to a pole. That's right, the girls had their bicycles here in SeaWorld. Why not? Apparently these girls could do whatever they wanted in this park, but this is the spot where they got off the Sky Tower. All right, now it's time to leave the park, where Mary-Kate and Ashley were trying to make the grand escape and head to get on the cruise ship. So once they exit, they walk right over here, and there's a scene of them standing in this general area. You can see the tram right behind them. I'll show you guys exactly where I think they were standing. So you can see the Sky Tower in the background there, and right over here, I believe this is where the old tram used to go around and circle around on the other side there. The girls would have been standing somewhere around in here. You can see the Sky Tower right behind their heads and the tram from SeaWorld. So the girls are trying to get on a taxi to get down to the cruise ship. Imagine Mary-Kate and Ashley out here singing songs, holding their hats out, trying to raise some money so they could get in a taxi and head to make that cruise ship. The 90s were crazy times. I'm telling you, crazy times. Right over here, I believe, is where the girls met up with the band, the island-themed band they had, and that's how they made their money. It's funny too, because right over here is the actual taxi pickup spot. Could be just like Mary-Kate and Ashley, but I believe out here in this area is where they had the band set up and the girls were performing and singing their song about Miami. Pretty cool. I believe that this general area is where that scene was shot. And so the girls raise enough money, they get a limousine, not a taxi. They raised enough money, they could get on a limousine and take them about 45 minutes to an hour from here to Port Canaveral, where they got on a cruise ship. And no spoilers, I'm not telling you exactly what happened. No spoilers, I'm not telling you the ending of the film. You're gonna have to watch it yourself if you can find it. I'll put a link down below to a copy I found on YouTube. I wish I could find a higher quality version. The photographs I used today are not the best. They're a little pixelated, wasn't the best transfer, but I don't even know if they ever made a high definition version of this film. don't even know if it ever went to DVD. I think it was only a VHS release. But if you haven't seen it, down below is a link to the film. You guys can check it out. See the movie for yourself. It's a weird one. Like I said, the 90s were a weird, weird time. But I think our adventure for today has come to an end. We found the filming locations for the 1995 Mary-Kate and Ashley, the case of the SeaWorld adventure. Can't believe I did this filming location, but I'm set out to find pretty much every film that was shot here in the Central Florida area and the surrounding areas of Orlando. If you enjoyed this episode, give me a thumbs up. It's time to say goodbye. I'll see you guys on another episode of World of Micah very soon. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.